You ever wait years for something? Building the hype? Making plans with your friends? Reading every dev post? Only to watch it crash and burn right at launch? That's how a lot of people felt about Project Epoch last week. One of the boldest ClassicPlus servers we've ever seen. Completely reworked classes, new PvP systems, arena redesigns, a modern client. This was supposed to be the evolution of ClassicWoW. And then we couldn't even log in. Server queues, disconnects, hangups. Days went by with no real fix, and just when it seemed like things couldn't get worse, TurtleWoW swoops in and announces a fresh RP-PvE realm launching in 2 weeks. It's tempting, it's stable, it's clean, and for some people it might sound like the escape they've been waiting for. But here's the thing, Epoch is not dead, not even close. And today, we finally got the proof. Let me break down what just happened. For the past few days, the Epoch developers have been heads down quietly working on something massive, porting their entire infrastructure over to Linux. Why? Because whatever was causing the connection issues, it wasn't on the surface. It was deep, low-level stuff you can't fix with a hotfix or a patch. So they rebuilt the foundation, and now we're seeing the results. The first big test was a full-on stress trial using player bots. Artificial players used to simulate server load, not real people, just placeholders to test connections and traffic. The devs hit 9,200 concurrent bots before things started breaking. And even then, it wasn't the server. It was the devs' home internet throttling the test. 9,200. That's massive. That's the kind of stability they've been chasing since day one. But here's where it gets even more real. The second test, and this one was huge, happened on Kaizen, running the new Linux build with partitions disabled. In other words, a worst-case scenario. The entire world running on just 2 CPU threads instead of 10. And they still managed to reach 3,960 real player connections before anything went wrong. And when it did, it wasn't a server meltdown, it was a crash caused by custom content. Something easy to identify and easy to fix. That crash, ironically, was the best outcome possible. It proved that the infrastructure is finally holding. The core issue they've been chasing is, in their words, either resolved or significantly diminished. This was the breakthrough. And now the team is energized. They're switching everything over to Debian, provisioning the final hardware, and preparing to bring everyone back in. This is the moment we've been waiting for. So, what about TurtleWoW? There's no denying their new realm announcement is well timed. They've built a reputation on stability, immersive PvE content, and chill, lore-friendly vibes. And if you're a player who just wants a peaceful leveling experience, no stress, no queues, that's going to be a great place to be. But let's be honest, it's an RP-PvE realm. Project Epoch is still the only ClassicPlus server delivering serious PvP innovation, full class redesigns, and a combat system that feels like it belongs in 2025, not 2004. And now that the server problems are close to being solved, that vision is back on the table. So here's what I'm saying. If you're feeling burnt out, if you're tempted to walk away, I get it. But don't throw in the towel just yet. The dev team has done what many thought was impossible. They went down to the metal, reworked the OS, and got the servers running under stress like never before. They care about this project. You can feel it in every update, every test, every hour they've pulled this week. This is the home stretch. We're not just watching a server recover, we're watching a community bounce back with it. So stay put and stay hopeful. Give them just a little more time, because if this next push lands, Epoch will be everything we hoped for. And maybe more. Let me know what you're doing in the comments. Are you riding it out, testing Turtle, or cheering from the sidelines? Either way, I'll be here covering it all. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in Azeroth on the battlefield. And soon, hopefully, back in the world of Project Epoch. Thanks for watching.